I would say this is about 35 centimeters, which is the minimal focus distance of the DJI Osmo Nano, which you're looking at right now. This is in 4K 25 frames per second with Rocksteady 3.0 on. And today we're actually talking about two cameras because they're both coming out at the same time, at the same day. And right now I'm actually selling my flat and buying a house. So I had zero time moving boxes the last 2 weeks. The other camera we're talking about obviously is the GoPro Max 2, which you can see right here, and it has replaceable lenses, which is really cool, and they are toolless. And there's no calibration to be had after you've taken them off and put them back on. It is it's pretty cool. It's 5 meters waterproof and it's 8K now. It's true 8K, which means that GoPro, unlike DJI and Insta360, isn't counting the black pixels on the side of the sphere, which is interesting. So they're calling it true 8K. The quality is very nice. It does lack a little bit in low light, but I don't think GoPro really care too much about low light. They care about daytime sports activities, which is fine. Anyway, I don't have prices for the Max 2. I'm sure you're going to find them out pretty quickly, but I did get new prices for the Nano, for the 64GB version, because like the Action 2, you have two different versions. The 64GB is 239 Great British pounds, $299, or 289 euro. And if you want to get the 128GB version, which is the one that I recommend very highly, 259 Great British pounds, $329, or 319 euro, which really isn't that bad. Now, when we're talking about features, you can get for 71 euro, by the way, or 59 pounds, you can get an ND set, which I don't have, I haven't seen. I'm sure Freewell is on top of this, making a one for them, you know, for the Nano 2. Anyway, we're talking about 120 megabits per second max bitrate, which is, I don't know, I'm guessing DJI have some really good algorithms because this looks really, really clean. It's a 1/1.3 inch sensor of an f2.8 lens and 35 megapixel photos. 13.5 stops of dynamic range. So I think that's like the DJI Action 5 Pro, which is very nice, and it gives you a whole load of dynamic range. By the way, you can connect both of these to the DJI Mic 3, and you are going to hear that a little bit later. I'm just going to go through these settings so we get it out of the way, and then you can see me actually using both of these in one video. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. This is not the actual video for the Nano, by the way. I will get to that in a couple of days. This is a video showing off both of these because I have very little time. 4K 60 and slow motion, 120 frames per second in 4K, 143 degrees field of view, which is really nice and wide. Not as wide as the 180 on the GoPro Max 2, by the way. 10-bit in standard and in D-Log-M, which is nice. We have D-Log-M, so you can grade it with your Mini 5 Pro, your Mini 4 Pro, your Action 5 Pro. It's pretty awesome. 10-meter waterproof, which is pretty cool. That is not for the Vision Dock, because you have the camera on top, and underneath, just like with the DJI Action 2, you had a little, you know, a little switchable screen, an OLED screen we have on here. It's switchable, it is touchscreen, so you can change all the settings nice and easily, and it is widescreen this time. It isn't square like it was, so you can have it in widescreen, or you can flip it around and you can have it in vertical for your TikToky and your reels and stuff. The Vision Dock, by the way, is splash proof. It adds to 90 minutes of battery life, making it 200 minutes, which means you can film and film for ages. You can film whilst it's charging. It does have fast charge, 80%. Yep, up to 80% in 20 minutes, which is insane. We have an SD card in the actual Vision module, the Vision Dock, and you can flip it forward and backwards. So it's really nice. It is very similar. I've always wanted a DJI Action 2.2, and this is basically it. It can connect to the Mic Mini, the Mic 2, and the Mic 3, which we do have. I'm going to check out in a minute. It works with all the Osmo Action accessories. I have it on the actual magnetic mount right now. You can pre-record up to 60 seconds. It has gyro data, so you can use GyroFlow. So you stick this tiny little thing on your FPV drone, you can use it to have gyro flow because it does export gyro data, which is really cool for you FPV pilots out there. It is 52 grams and 72 grams for the Vision dock, and we have 2 microphones on it. It works from -20 to 45 degrees. It's got Wi-Fi 6 and it works with the Mimo 6 app. Now, this sucker in here, let me go over all this stuff and then we're just basically gonna talk about, you know, whatever we're gonna talk about. So we got 360 8K 30 or 5.6 60 frames per second or 4K at 100 frames per second. Now 4K and 360 isn't fantastic, but it's okay if you're using it at 100 frames per second. This is true 8K, so the active pixels in here are actually 8K. We're measuring the sphere, the active pixels, not everything outside the spheres. So that's pretty impressive, and it is basically at 21% more, up to 21% more than its competitors. In single mode we have 4K 60, which is great. It has max hyper smooth. Single lens we have horizon lock, so you can basically twist it around and it will stay locked in. The Nano, by the way, it's got it up to 30 degrees, which is also nice. 120 megabits per second max bitrate, so the same as the Nano on the Max 2. But if you use the Labs, GoPro Labs, yeah, you can basically turn it into a spaceship because it allows you to use a whole load of things, and you can actually lift the bitrate up to 300 megabits per second with Labs, which is pretty cool. And you can do a whole load of cool things, have, you know, a whole load of weird crazy stuff going on with this camera with GoPro Labs. It works with the GoPro app and it works with the GoPro player, allowing you to edit, you know, footage. 360 29 megapixel photos, and it works with night photo now, so you can get some really cool night photos on this, but it doesn't have night mode like the Osmo 360 and the Insta360 X5, which is a shame, but I hear they might be working on something in this to make the night mode a little bit more usable. It's got GPS, it's got Wi-Fi 6, it weighs 195 grams, it's got a 1960 milliamp hour battery for the Max 2, and it's an endurance battery, so you can use it in the cold. It is bigger than the original, it is long, so it's not like the Hero 13 battery. 5 meter waterproof, replaceable lenses, like I said. There is no calibration when you take these guys off, you don't need any tools or anything, which is pretty fantastic. Object tracking with the app, like with, you know, Insta360 and DJI. We have a POV mode and a selfie mode. So basically the POV mode is seeing what you see, and the selfie mode is seeing you. A little bit like me mode in the Insta360. Magnetic mounting on this, which is really cool, and we have the quarter 20, which is on the bottom of this right now. Bluetooth audio, so like I said, it will connect to the mic free, which I'm going to let you hear in a minute. Voice control, time code for you, you know, more professional guys out there. And like I said, GoPro Labs will go beyond stock features with this little cool thing. You turn it on just like you do all GoPros on the side there, and it is on right now, and we can film. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk around a little bit now, after listening to me for 8 minutes talk about the specs on these little suckers, and yeah, we can have a look at what they look like. A nice little quick preview before I really get into the nitty and gritty, because like I said, right now I would have bought a house. Yeah, I think my house buying appointment is literally at 2 p.m. So it's a really big move for me, but I'm really happy to get out of the center of town and into the forest. So what you're seeing right now is the GoPro Hero Max 2, and I know everybody's been waiting a long time for this, including me right here. And this thing, by the way, has 6 microphones. The Nano has 2. The Nano is right here, so basically you have this bit, yeah, which is in a nice little case, so you can actually take it out of the case like so. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a Nano. Is it small? It's fairly small. It fits in my mouth. This is like one of those cases that you had for the Action 2. Slide it in right there, and this is the actual piece, where on the side, if we is this the side door? I think so, yeah. If we open it, we have a USB-C and a micro SD slot, which is really cool, but it also has 128 gigs. So we can connect it this way, yeah? Wait a sec. upside down and crazy. So we can connect it this way, and it shows you the battery. Like I said, 80% in 20 minutes, which is crazy. So we can have a look at it this way. So for example, if I turn it on, long press to turn it on, it works like this, and I can see myself. If you want to go vertical, you just have it sideways. So like I said, magnetic, and I can just have it like this or like this. And if I want to see myself, I just flip it around the other way, because it's a two-sided magnet. And now I can basically, well, that was seeing myself. I can see what I'm filming in front of me. I basically can do this now. And if you want, and you want to do the whole kind of Insta360 thing, where is it? You can basically do that. And you can walk around with the camera on here. You can put it this way. So it's a really, really cool camera. That it's something that excites me, because I love cameras like the Insta360 Go 3S, the Insta360 Go Ultra, the DJI Action 2. So having something like the DJI Nano is really exciting for me. Now I'm wondering what the 360 sounds like, because it's got 6 microphones, so I'm sure it sounds a lot different than this. And you guys gotta remember, this is pretty crazy, 180-degree field of view on its widest. So like the Hero 13 with the mod lens. So I mean, look at this. This is what everything looks like. It's a cloudy, windy day here in Poland, but yeah, this is what everything looks like. Maybe a little bit lower. There we go. Might look a little bit better lower. So yeah, both very exciting cameras, and I think the most exciting part is that the GoPro has the best of both worlds, the best of the DJI Osmo. So we have the 10-bit, we have log footage, and we have the best of the Insta360, which are replaceable lenses, and it basically smashed them all together. Plus they went true 8K. It went true 8K. So that's really cool. Anyway, let's walk around a little bit with the GoPro so you can see what it looks like, what it sounds like. Let's get the selfie stick down. Let's get it up here, and let's walk around. And in a minute, I will, like I said, I promised you guys, let you hear what the mic 3 sounds like on the Max 2 and what it sounds like on the Nano, because we're here making a video about 2 cameras at once on launch day, which is insane. They should know better. They should know better. But yeah. I'm guessing this is the end of summer as we know it. It's the first time I have my jacket coat on, because it has got a little bit chilly out here. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna try the selfie mode. Yeah, so let's try the selfie mode and see what that looks like, because I think it records from, I had a one-on-one with GoPro with the big daddies, and they said that the selfie mode records in selfie, but it also records the whole 360 image, which is pretty cool. Let's try that. So this is selfie mode on the GoPro Max 2. And like I mentioned, it's apparently recording me in selfie mode. And it's also recording the whole 360 image, because we're filming in 360 degrees in the 360 mode, because there's also a single lens mode, which is pretty cool. I do love the single lens modes. So that's what we're doing at the moment, selfie mode. And in a minute, I can show you the POV mode so you guys get an idea what that looks like. But yeah, this is selfie mode on a very overcast day in Poland, which is nice because my skin will probably look absolutely breathtaking. Freezing. Yeah, let's walk down here and let's have a look what everything looks like. I think we're going to go into POV mode in a minute. Oh, there's a little bit of popo down below. We'll see. So this right now is POV mode. So I guess wherever I'm looking, the camera's looking. I'm not sure if this is the same as single lens mode, but oh, someone's got done. Someone's got done. But basically, we're walking around, looking up. It looks really wide, but I'm guessing it's something you can change in the settings. Gonna cross the street, trying to get run over. So this is what it looks like. I really can't show you much when it comes to dynamic range, because it's overclouded and there really isn't much color around. Maybe right there, the ice cream, I licked it, so it's mine. But basically, yeah, it is, as you can see above me, very, very overcast. And I'm walking normally, I'm not doing any kind of crazy ninja walk. This is a completely normal and everyday walk I'm doing. And by the way, all of this is being filmed on 10-bit and on high bitrate on the Max 2. So yeah, just in case you guys are wondering about the settings, that is what everything looks like. It looks like it's a load of distortion right now, but I guess POV mode is meant to have a load of distortion. I'm gonna walk down some stairs. In fact, I'm gonna run down them. How did that look? It's pretty cool, I guess. You know, you're walking around, you're trying to show stuff. So this right here, this is single lens mode in ultra wide. So it's about 14 millimeters. As you can see, it's super duper wide. So this is my hand out again. And this is a pretty cool POV view. Let's go to the front of the Piotrkowska sign. Try not to get run over. There we go. And this is what it looks like in single lens mode, 4K. By the way, 4K and 10-bit high bit rate. I haven't put any log footage on yet, but at the moment I just want to do standard so you guys can get the feel of what everything looks like. Now, I don't have the option to switch single lens mode around when I'm walking, so I'd have to stop recording. Let me try that. There we go. I've switched it around so I can see myself. Like I said, it is windy, so I'm interested to see how the microphones are doing. Pretty chilly out here, to tell you the truth. In fact, let's go through here, like I always do in my videos. How does it manage with the lighting here? It's on 50 hertz, by the way, so it should be fine. There should be no flickering going on. And how is it looking on this side? I have no idea now because I can't see the the screen. But yeah, how did that manage the transition from inside to out? In fact, I think we should do the same thing with the Nano. We can do that in a minute. Yeah, you can get some cool views like this. Make me look really, really fat. Yeah, this is 4x3, by the way, because you can go 16x9, 9x16, but this is 4x3, so we are using like most of the sensor right now, which is really, really nice. Boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's working. Right, I just connected the DJI Mic 3. It's right here, and I can see at the bottom of the screen that we have a nice representation of the audio signal. So I can see that I'm speaking and I can see that it's working, which is really, really nice. Having the ability to, you know, film with audio like this basically means that I can put my camera down here and I can talk to you about Łódź. I have lived in Łódź for 21 years now, and I studied here at film school and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, see, that's what I can do. I can walk away and the audio sounds as good over there as it sounded right next to the camera. And that's a fantastic thing. This, by the way, is 10-bit GP log, GoPro log. Yeah, so look at the color in that car. In fact, I don't know if there's much color around here considering there is no sun at all and I am freezing my nuts off. But yeah, this is what it sounds like with a microphone. We're going to jump straight into the DJI Nano right now and see what that sounds like. Hopefully it sounds even better because it's going to be native to the DJI, you know, Nano, the mic 3. And we're going to walk through that corridor again and see what that looks like. I mean, I'm not comparing these cameras. Oh gosh, no, I'm not comparing them. I'm just trying to do 2 camera releases at the same day, so you guys can see them here first. But I will go on and do separate reviews of these cameras and go a little bit more in depth with them. But right now, you're just getting raw view of what these look like. We have, you know, hyper smooth on this. So if I do go down here and I jump, woo, oh, that is not for my 44-year-old legs. Then that's what it looks like. Anyway, let's switch them out. Now, for all of you that wanted to see D-Log M, this is what D-Log M looks like. It's a very, very gradable profile that I think we've all come to love, and it's on, you know, all our DJI products now. Oh my god, it is getting really windy. The last thing I'm going to do for you guys is do the jump, because we have 4K 120 frames on the Nano, and we have I think we have 4K 360 mode 100 frames on the GoPro. So we're going to do the jump, and oh, let's do this jump with the Nano. And you're going to see what it looks like. So I'm going to set it down just right here, and I'm going to jump right there. It's going to look so sexy. Right, there we go. We have now swapped out the audio, so you are now listening to me on the DJI Mic 3 on the DJI Osmo Nano. And like I said, it is windy as hell, but I do have a little, you know, dead cat, wind muff, whatever the hell you want to call it, on here so you can hear what it sounds like. The Nano itself does have 2 microphones instead of 6 like on the I mean the GoPro Max 2. I have it in an Osmo case because I don't have a GoPro case, but so I'm just making do with what I have. But yeah, this is what it looks like, and this is what the sky looks like here. It's what I look like from down below, nice and fat from here. But yeah, the 4K on this does look reasonably nice. It also has a whole load of features, just like this. We have, you know, time lapse. We actually have a night mode on the Osmo Nano. So the night mode, you know, that's pretty cool. All these cameras now getting crazy night modes. Let's go through here again. And this should also have no flickering at all. The colors look a little bit different. It's all on auto, by the way. Everything's on auto. Everything on here is on auto. Oh, okay, let's go through here. Let's have a look. What did that look like, huh? So the Mic 3 does a really good job, and like I said, it is windy. It's actually windy in my direction. Let's have a look at the color of that grass. It's very, very green grass, by the way. They've done a nice job. This was all cement, and now they've kind of made it look a little bit better. Now, Insta360 on their cameras, most of them, even the Go series, they face track so that they expose for your face. They know where your face is, whereas we don't have that here. Which is a shame because I do like that feature on the Insta360s, but maybe it's something we'll see in the future. Anyway, we're going back here. Now, I can't see what I'm filming because I have it facing forward, but there we go. There's the Piotrkowska sign. And we're going to have a look at this mural, which is, I think, one of the oldest, one of the first ones here in Łódź, and it's pretty fantastic. It's next to where I live, or where I lived. Because right now, as you're watching this, I probably don't live, well, I do live in my flat but I don't, you know, it's sold, it's gone. So you're going to be seeing a few more of kind of forest, suburban kind of shots, and a few less urban shots, which is, you know, it's okay. I decided I need the peace and the quiet and the good air for my kids. So that's where this decision has come, and also we don't have enough space for everything, and the 2 kids, it's gone really, you know, pretty crazy. So yeah, so now this is what it sounds like. The difference with it now being off. So it's probably quite a good test, letting you know what the difference is in the sound between both of these, with the 2 microphones and with the DJI Mic 3, which is an absolutely fantastic microphone. I love that thing. If that had a lav, but like I said in my DJI Mic 3 video, I'm guessing DJI is basically opening a door for DJI Mic Pro or DJI Mic 3 Pro or something, which is going to be an even more professional microphone. No news on that, basically me just guessing. Anyway, how do you like the video on this so far? Is it something that you appreciate? You guys want to see what it looks like in vertical? You do. Okay, let me show you that. By the way, like I said, windy as hell, so this is a good test for the microphones. If you don't have a mic free, that's whoa. Oh. So what I'm doing now is basically just holding it in my hand. I don't know where the microphones are, so hopefully I am not covering them. But I'm basically holding it like I would my iPhone. Just walking around so you guys can see me in this kind of TikTok-y, Instagram, Reels, YouTube Shorts kind of way. And this kind of view you get, and this is what you're going to look like. Once again, down below, up above. It's a wide lens, you know. I mean, I'm comfortably holding my arm bent, and this is pretty close. In fact, I'm guessing it's closer than the 35 centimeter minimum focus distance. This is going to be a wild film. It's going to be an absolute wild film. The DJI Osmo Nano and the GoPro Max 2 in one video. I mean, how freaking crazy can things get? I do have to say one thing at the end of this video. The GoPro Max 2 feels very much like the Max 1, as in it's familiar, you know. Even the body, everything's familiar. The lenses are in different places. The screen looks a little bit crispier. It's 8K, you know, but it feels familiar, you know. You hold it, the menu, everything feels familiar. The menu obviously feels familiar on the Nano. And by the way, this Osmo case for the 360 fits everything really nicely. Pro tip. Whereas the Nano, even though it's fairly similar to the DJI Action 2, feels very different, you know. It's not that familiar, except for the, you know, the actual menu settings and, you know, the whole menu system, the OS. It feels a little bit different, you know, but the same. What I'm trying to say is both of these are fantastic. DJI, GoPro, thanks for sending these out. Reviews coming soon.